Hello, today I'm taking a look at what I think is called Collabr because they're using a Q instead of a C. This is a collaboration platform that allows you and your team to use different AI models for text, image, sound, and video. So as an example, maybe you want to do an advert for a sci-fi camera.
Introducing the EtherLens 5000. This doesn't just take photos. It literally captures your children, allowing you to take a break and enjoy your holiday.
Hold still for me, sweethearts. Big smiles.
Okay.
And click.
So all those elements were generated using this tool. You can see down the side here, this is my receipts basically for what I've been spending on my credits. AppSumo kindly gave me tier 2 to make this video, and that came with 1,500 credits, which was just enough to make the video. So I'm not going to be able to demonstrate in real time some of the stuff because I'm down to only 113 credits left. But let me just give you a quick tour. So you get an AI chatbot facility. This gives you access to lots of different models. They each cost so much per 1,000 words. So Gemini Flash is 0.01 per 1,000 words. And if we scroll down, you've got the GPT-4 5 mini. Claude Opus is 22.25. That's a very powerful model, costs a lot of credits per 1,000 words. And if we go down, we've got the internet search inbuilt Perplexity, great model. Then general purpose models that include DeepSeek and Grok. Now this chat section is really interesting. You can just use it as you would ChatGPT, but obviously not paying the monthly subscription to access these different models. You select your model at the top, and then you can select the type of AI agents you want to talk to. So you've got personal assistant, marketing strategist. And so for that quick demo I just showed you, I think I used the graphic designer to come up with a prompt for the AI image for the sci-fi camera. And I can go here to the chat history, and you can see my chat history there. You've also just got saved prompts, you've got upload files, and you've got knowledge base, because you can come down here, you can create an agent and you can give it a name, give it a tagline, what's the background. But really cool this, you can give it a website URL and upload documents, and so it becomes an expert on whatever it is you've uploaded. So that could be a knowledge base about your offers, or maybe about how your product works, so that when someone comes in, maybe a new member of staff, instead of asking you loads of questions, they can come and ask this chatbot, and it will hopefully be able to help them out. I don't see a way of exposing this externally, so this isn't a chatbot agent for your website, it's just for internal use. Down the side, you've got temperature, internet search enabled, image generation enabled, you can run code, and you've got this, PI protection, and that is personally identifiable information. So when you would send a prompt off to the LLM, let's say it's got your name or your email address, something like that, this will mask that before it sends it to the LLM, which I've never seen before. It's a very cool feature. So continuing on, I generated a chat here, which I can actually pull up. There's the prompt, and then I went down to text to image and dropped it in. Again, you've got access to lots of different models, including Nano Banana, which is excellent, 25 credits an image. I think, is that the most expensive one? I think it is. And then you've got 22 credits, 11. The actual image gen model, though, does a good job. You've got image to image. You also got image editing. Again, you've got different tools across both. And you've got video gen. So the video generation I used there, I used for the initial rotating, I used Runway Gen 4 Turbo because it's only 65 credits of video. And then I had just enough credits, 1,000 credits. Remember, I only started with 1,500 credits. I had just enough to run Sora 2, I think it was. I can double check that in a second. And that's how I got the woman taking the photo of the kids. I then generated some speech. They've got lots of different accents. I've heard some of these before, so I think these, if you've heard AI generated voice, you'll have heard these before. Lots of different options though. Go in, just type your prompt, generate it, and it is 1 credit. And then for the music, I came in here, you've only got one model. I don't think it does lyrics. I've tried a couple of times, it doesn't do lyrics, but it does just do generic ambient music, or, you can give it these extra little prompts down the side here. If you need some inspiration, there's the community with a Q wall, which takes a minute to load up, and it's mostly just image generations, so you can see what people have been doing. I'm down to 113 credits. If I want some more, I can top it up at a cost of Well, let's have a look. $25 for 2,500, or all the way up to $500 for 50,000 credits. And one of the cool things about this platform is you can have different workspaces and different team members. Now at tier 1, you will only have one workspace and one team member, but as they go up, you'll unlock more team members. I think I can add 10 people to my account, and I can create 10 workspaces, and then you can see a set of receipts basically per person. We can see that I've used 1,387 image credits. If we go into history, oh, there we go. There's the history. I was wrong. We can see the history of things. Great. So, so that's a little confusing. You have to find the history and then you can go and see it. So here's the first one I tried. I thought this was excellent. This was a cyberpunk image. This was an AI prompt that the systems suggested. It used Image Gen 4. I thought it looked excellent. I then flipped that over into being a little movie. It was a cyberpunk girl hacking. I used Runware Gen 4. It did an okay job. It's not the most powerful one. That was, I think, the cheapest one I could pick. So this is where you can download it as well. You get the prompt, you get the model, you get the created date. What else have we got? So this was the alternate camera that I came up with. Maybe I should have gone with that one, but I like the other one because it looks a little bit like a gun, and then that was it. Animated, you've already seen that. And so if I go back to the dashboard, we can now see in the overview my credit utilization. So we've got text to speech, text to music, and you can see the costs mounting up as I've gone down. And down here you can see chatbot, 0.1, 0.3, costs very little, the chatbot. So it's a well thought out platform. I could do with a link maybe to in here to say history, here's where you find it, because until I was just clicking around then, I thought all those images and videos were lost. My mistake. So that's a little bit of a UI tip for them. Because the chatbot has a history here, I was expecting that in these sections as well. And it's not there, it should be. So depending on what you're going to use this for will really depend on the tier. If you want to create videos, tier 2, one video using a powerful model and that's it. I've pretty much wiped out the credits. So you're going to want to have a look at the different options. Tier 1 is okay, but it's a bit restrictive in terms of credits and you don't get all the features. So tier 2 is where you want to take a look. And if you're going to be doing videos, get the higher tier. To see the full details, I'll put a link down below. It's an affiliate link. Clicking that supports me and the channel.